Welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you joining us here for another episode of FOFL BOFL. I am your host, Mark, or O by Mark.
I'm Greg. What's up, guys?
You don't want to do
because I'm GB. Or because I'm GB. Sorry.
People don't know you. Dan doesn't know who the fuck Greg is.
Sup, Dan?
Up, Dan? I think Dan listened.
I don't know. Maybe.
He didn't say anything. If he did, maybe it's too long for him.
I'm like, fuck that shit.
Fuck that. 2.5 hours. Fuck you guys.
I got work to do.
I don't even know you. How you doing, Greg?
I'm all right. This week was okay.
Good.
Like the week of football felt like, exciting enough. So
how are you feeling as a football fan of the Miami Dolphins?
I have other things that I can root for this season.
That's so good for you. Because you're gonna need it.
For sure. Yeah, that was really fucking bad.
Yeah, and like all around. Tua was bad. Tyreek was lazy. Waddle looked like he died again and then came back. Weird. It's a weird game.
Yeah, Waddle had a few catches in the end there, and then Achane looked great.
Yeah, Achane looked great.
But that's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Defense looked very like mediocre. They let him score every down or every possession, so that's not great.
Yeah, and it was Daniel Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Like, come on now. Don't let Indiana Jones embarrass you like that.
So, yeah, that fucking sucked. But I just paid attention to the Atlanta Bucks game a lot towards the end there, and then we had Red Zone on, so that had the what did they keep showing? Basically, once the game in Jacksonville came out of like the lightning delay, that was kind of, I felt like, what they were showing the most of.
Yeah. I enjoyed listening to Red Zone more than watching it. I only really watched it when I heard something was happening or when the other games that I was paying attention to were in commercial, because I was mostly paying attention to the Patriots game in the early, and then in the afternoon, it was totally blanking on who it was.
Detroit Green Bay.
Yeah, that game that we were really focused on. Sorry.
And then, what was it? The Steelers Jets game got kind of exciting there at the end. Yeah, when it was also like the last thing on.
Yeah, it was a really exciting game at the end. I was really sad to be rooting for the Jets. And that goes to show how much I fucking hate Aaron Rodgers. Because fuck the Jets.
I hate Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, he's a fuck. But yeah, anyways, moving on. So it is just the two of us here this week. We'll work to get more people on. It's a voluntary basis, so I'm not going to force you here to come on, but we do want you on. It's a lot of fun to have everybody on. We will absolutely take repeat customers as well. If you want to come on multiple times, more the merrier. It's fine by us. But it is just two of us this week, so hopefully we can keep it under reasonable time frame here, shooting for like an hour and a half, hopefully 2 hours max. And then we'll take a couple breaks in there as well for you guys so you know when to break it up. All right, Greg. So the quick question of the day, I'll let you go first here. The quick question here was, what player took a huge step forward and what player took a huge step back in week 1? I intentionally left it vague, but what were your answers here?
So for me, I put my huge step forward was Zach Charbonnet. I think that like watching the game, it felt like he was getting a little bit more of the action. And it seems like that actually is true. He had more carries than Kenneth Walker. He had 12 versus Kenneth Walker's 10. And we also averaged 3.9 versus, Kenneth Walker's 2 yards per carry, and he got the touchdown. So like Kenneth Walker, I think, was still involved a little bit more with the passing game than Zach Charbonnet, but I think Zach Charbonnet is kind of really showing that he's going to be taking priority here in this offense. So I like him a lot. He looks really good this year.
Yeah, completely agree. I think I have a water bet with somebody on Ken Walker, and it's not looking so great. I don't remember what the water bet was, so somebody's got to remind me, but I think I have one. And yeah, no, I'm not confident about that one. What about your player that took a step back?
My player that took a step back, yours was the number one overall answer. So
Yeah.
I wanted to be different. And I picked Sam Darnold. I feel like I wrote Sam Arnold, but Sam Darnold. And I mean, Sam Arnold, he had no interceptions, but he also had no touchdowns. And then he fumbled late in the game. And like,
Yeah, what a
I don't know. He just like, it's one of those where obviously it's only 1 week and all of that. But like so far, it feels like based off of what JJ McCarthy looked like and then what Sam Darnold looked like, it might have been the Minnesota offense so far. So that's who I picked.
Yeah, I think that's a decent pick as well. They're interesting that you went with the 2 Seattle players there, in opposite direction.
I didn't even think about that, honestly. Like, even though I know he's literally in Seattle, I just like was thinking about like how he did last year with Minnesota. So just like purple. And I was like, different team. But yeah, I did use 2 Seattle players.
You did. That game was real weird. I mean, Christian McCaffrey looked great. He was all over the field, but that's it. JSN got fed a lot for the only offense that Seattle had.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall was kind of involved, but he had a couple drops that I remember as well.
He looked good at the very beginning. They were using him a lot. He had like 2 big like plays, kind of I think like back to back.
Gotcha. I don't remember those. That might have been when I kind of walked away from the TV for a little bit.
Yeah. Seattle's offense is interesting, right? With Geno leaving and Sam Darnold coming in, and then like kind of like it feels like the old guard stepped out of the way and the young guard's, kind of coming in now. So it's interesting. And clearly Sam Darnold's the stopgap, right? Like they aren't counting on him being the actual guy. They just count on
he's got to prove it this year.
I don't think he will. At least not based off of game 1.
Yeah, game 1 doesn't look so great. Okay, so the player that I nominated for step forward here was Breece Hall. All offseason, it was going to be a running back by committee. It was going to be, Breece Hall's not really a bell cow running back. Braylon Allen is going to get a ton of the work. Braylon Allen got 6 carries.
Also, like, people are like, hey, with Justin Fields being Justin Fields, he's not Lamar Jackson. So it doesn't, that'll take away from fucking.
Right. It'll take away carries because he runs. Breece had 19 carries, 4 targets, 2 catches, 145 yards in totality. Braylon Allen got the touchdown, but yeah, Breece Hall, I mean, solidified to me that he should not be ignored. And everybody's been wrong about what's been going on in New York.
Yeah. I mean, the New York offense is super interesting, right? Because it feels like almost like watching it feels like a player like Justin Fields makes way more sense for what they're trying to do. And like, I don't know, it just seemed to click really well. So we'll see how that works going forward.
The problem is, I mean, there's lots of problems, but they're talented at the top. They have 0 depth. You've got Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Some people like Mason Taylor at the tight end position, but that's really it. There's nobody else on the team that I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know how far they can go, and I don't think that's Justin Fields' fault.
Right. And I don't think their intention is, I mean, are they a team that anticipates trying to win the Super Bowl this year? I don't think so.
This year, no.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I think they just want to see what everybody's capable of. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, that's a good point. The player that you kind of teased that is the number one took a major step back was Tua turn the ball over.
Played scared.
Dude, so scared. And like, I forget who said it, but I was watching Get Up this morning, and an ex-Dolphin basically was like, yeah, he's out there playing scared. He's playing soft. They're getting the ball out quick because he's playing soft.
Yeah, to be like, not to like, I'm not going to defend that at all, but like, it does feel like that's like Mike McDaniel's entire fucking offense
Mike
is like
McDaniel's kind of soft.
everything he does is like trying to be RPOs and all that shit. Like he's like running the Oregon offense, and it doesn't work in the NFL,
It
right?
worked
Like
because everybody was like, "What the fuck are you doing over here?" And
it
then
worked because
everybody
it was
else was
fast.
like, "Oh, we got it now. We figured you out."
It worked because it was fast, and when you weren't expecting it, it's hard to catch up to that,
Yeah.
right? But the problem is when you anticipate it, you can prevent it from getting away from you. And I think that like that's the problem with the fucking Dolphins offense is that, Tua's relying on like Mike McDaniels, I think, is the guy that said something to the effect of like he wants to let stars like go make plays. But you can't give them the ball fucking behind the line of scrimmage. Like
he turned the ball over.
but you also can't like you can't rely on like, Tyreek to make plays by being like always in motion behind the line or like, just like
crazy, Greg. Have you been listening to the Ballers?
I have not listened this week yet. No.
A year, one calendar year since the last time Tyreek Hill had a 30-yard reception.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. And then all the accusations that came out about him from his now ex-wife. So
yeah, I saw that.
We'll see if he
what a fuck.
Finishes the year as a Dolphin or as an NFL player.
I saw they were chirping about should the Chiefs trade for Tyreek Hill. And everyone was like, why would they do that?
Yeah, don't bring that problem into your locker room.
And they're trying to win a Super Bowl. He's not going to come in and shut up.
Yeah, don't bring that shit in there.
Yeah. So, fuck them. But yeah, so the last comment that I'll make on how bad Tua was, QBR. 1 through 100. He was 2.7 QBR. That is absurdly bad.
Yup.
Yup. Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. All right, moving on. We wanted to do, there were a few of them with big names. So we wanted to just highlight a few injuries. Greg, if you just want to run through those few minutes, I can chime in if needed.
Sure. Biggest one, I think, is George Kittle with his hamstring injury. He got pulled from the game. He did score a touchdown, so that was nice, I guess. Yeah, he was a total bust for the week. But he is on the IR, so he'll miss at least 4 games. Juwan Jennings on the same team also had a shoulder sprain.
I'll pause you real quick. I love that San Francisco put him on the IR because that's going to protect himself from himself.
Yeah, it makes it so that he's not like trying to suit up every week with a hamstring injury. Yeah. Like I think I might be able to go.
Come back too early and then re-injure it and delay the injury. So yeah. So I'm really actually glad that they put him on the IR.
That soft tissue stuff ain't nothing to play with.
Right.
Juwan Jennings, shoulder sprain. I didn't see the outcome of this. I know like it came out today, but I was a little busy at work. So
yeah, I haven't paid attention too much today. I likewise was busy today.
Puka got pulled and evaluated for concussion during the game, but he came back. I assume he's fine.
Yeah, he was bloody the entire second half of the game.
Like maybe
those things in his eyebrow.
Oh yeah, the little butterfly patch things or whatever it is. Yeah, so obviously he went back, but just something to look at. Drake London apparently suffered a shoulder sprain. He's considered day-to-day. Brock Bowers got hurt, but apparently it was a left knee thing, and they've come out and said it's nothing. So I didn't put it down, but just something to point out. And Evan Ingram got a calf injury and left during the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a bitch. Fucking.
I don't know how important that is, but people expect him to be kind of decent this year.
Important to somebody. I don't know who.
You?
Yeah. Yeah, me. Oh well. I'll figure it out at some point. You could have given George Kittle to me, and then I would be crying about that. So
You're right.
bullet dodged.
Damn. I was trying.
Bullet dodged. Thanks, Greg.
You're welcome.
All right, so we'll jump into the week review. We've already touched on a couple games, so we'll kind of breeze over those ones unless you want to add in anything there, Greg. But we're going to go a little faster than we usually do on these. We're going to cover the pick'em results real quick, Greg. I don't think that there's anything that we need to really talk about too much there, other than maybe just like who was the leader. I think it was a tie this week, so just mention both, and then who stunk it up, maybe. And then throughout the season, we can just kind of recheck in on the standings.
Okay.
Hold on. And then we'll go through the fantasy matchup results, and that'll be our focus, rather than going through each and every single NFL game from the week. We assume you guys watched what you wanted to watch. We don't have to rehash that. So yeah, Greg, if you want to jump into the pick results, go for it.
So you won this week with 12 straight up. And then me and Rob were tied for second with 11. Just Colts are finished with 5. A bunch of people got 7. So not too far off, but a decent little already gap between one and last. You and I were the only ones to
real quick.
You and I were the only ones to pick Dallas to cover the spread on that first game on Thursday. Shout out to Dan for being the only person to pick Cleveland to cover the spread.
I almost did, but I was like, there's no fucking way the Browns are going to score, right? That's all I kept thinking. And they also stopped Cincy from scoring.
Yeah. And then shout out Adrian for being the only person to believe in Green Bay, apparently, to cover the spread. So yeah. The only other ones that seem silly, we all picked Arizona and got that right. So bravo, everybody. Well done. We're apparently intelligent sometimes. And then on the Atlanta-Tampa game, me and Dan were the only ones to pick Atlanta, and we got it wrong. So congratulations to you guys all on that. So currently, like I said, Mark is in the lead. Then me and Rob are tied for second. Adrian third. Ryan, Corey, and then a bunch of people tied for whatever that is. And then Coulter's in last.
All right. Perfect. I do really enjoy doing this. I'm hoping that over the years we can kind of grow the pot. I'll try my best to do that a little bit earlier next season. But yeah, hopefully we can just get more and more people into that, make it a little bit more challenging. And then if the pot goes a little bit too big, then we can stretch it out to second place, get something as well. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm never going to raise that more than $5, though. Because I don't want to do those things for more than like $5 to $20.
Yeah, my uncle has one and invited us, and then he said it was $75, and I was like, "No, I'm good.
I'm good." Yeah, that my parents do one or did one. I don't think my mom is doing it. And that's why I invited her to ours.
Wasn't $100?
Yeah, it was 100. It was $5 a week, so it was 100. What is that? $135, $145.
I can't do math.
I can't do math right now either.
But yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, no, that's like, it's a big pot. I understand, but if you don't win, you just spend $145 on what?
A guessing game.
Yeah, a guessing game. Who the fuck? No, thank you. Although apparently we've got a couple of fucking degenerates in the league. Rob out here blowing $50 on a 4-leg parlay.
Yeah, but you see that shit hit though?
I know, it looks so good. I'm just a bitch, I guess.
I'm jealous. I say that. I'm so bad at gambling, guys. I don't. Mark's like, "Do you want to make bets?" And I'm like, "No."
I do well sometimes, but then, it's gambling, right? They get you. Suck you back in. Fucking assholes. Gambling.
I like calling my shot, but I don't have to put any actual fucking currency on it.
That's why I put like $1, $2, $5 is usually my maximum. Because like if I lose it, I'm like, whatever, I don't care. I've spent $5 on worse things.
I mean, that's true.
All right. So we'll go into the fantasy matchup results. So I'm just going to go through my order that's on my screen here. So we'll start with our matchup here, Greg. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. I knew you were gonna win probably, but Tua really shit the bed for me.
Really should. Then that
The
Detroit at the bed.
Yeah, fucking the Amon Ra and the Detroit offense, other than like Jahmyr Gibbs, shit the bed. And then, yeah, just overall not a great week. So we go.
Yep. Conversely, I was very happy with my team's performance. They all did great. Good job, boys. Except you, Evan.
Except Evan Ingram.
Looking at you, Evan.
And Alex Singleton and Danielle Hunter.
My defense didn't do great.
I know it's Danielle,
but that's okay. Especially for Danielle, he's a sack play. I mean, I just figured with Stafford being a statue back there, I was hoping Mike could get a sack there.
Andrew Van Ginkel finished with 8.5 points, but that motherfucker was so close to having an interception, like a pick six on one of the plays. He legit had like his left hand on a screen pass from Caleb and just couldn't haul it in. And they were on like the 12-yard line or 15-yard line. He would have easily been in the end zone.
He had two passes defended. Two passes defended. How much do we? I don't even know what we award for the stat. I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. It opened up like the game stats when I clicked on it. So
yeah, the website. It's so sleepers. I understand that it's the best we got, but god damn, it sucks. Like, it's completely and utterly different on the app versus the website. And you can do like 60% of each thing on each, resource, on each access point. And it's like
the pick'ems are
fucking dumb.
The pick'ems are way better on the app.
You can't do those on the website.
Oh yeah, they're just completely not there.
Yeah.
And then everything else is mostly better on the website, I think.
We only give a half a point per pass defended. I feel like that should be more.
Well, that'd be something to vote on in the
Do you agree?
I mean, I don't know. We're trying to make defensive backs more viable, so I guess.
I feel like that helps the defensive linemen and defensive backs more than it helps linebackers. Because defensive linemen get their hands on the ball all the time right at the line of scrimmage.
I mean, there's reason to talk about it, I think. There's a discussion that we have to look at what some cornerbacks do, and I don't think that any of them have like gone far and away in terms of,
what I'm going to do, Greg? And you're going to roll your eyes? I'll talk to ChatGPT later.
Okay.
It'll be able to figure all that out for me. Okay, so yeah, I mean, my team did great. Derrick Henry, besides the fumble, is beast. He's insane.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for
this week.
I'm still waiting for the other fucking shoe to drop. At some point in time, it will. But I will, unless somebody offers me the same exact thing that I paid for it, I'll probably just hold him.
Yeah, ride that horse.
Yeah, because it's got to be coming down to the end at some point here soon.
Yeah, 2 seasons from now.
What if we play until he's like 47?
But yeah, you had the most points. You had the most points this week, so good for you. Bravo.
Yay. $5.
What's your next matchup listed?
Next matchup is Bo versus Dan, the happiest matchup of the week.
Nice. Congratulations, Dan. Well done.
Yay, Dan. We love you.
Also, well done to Bo's team for not showing up in a lot of ways.
Yeah? No, it didn't. It wasn't the team. Bo was the worst manager. He set the worst lineup and only scored 60% of his perfect possible lineup. Bo lost for mismanagement.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
His defensive players, he has Nick Bosa on his bench who got the sack, the forced fumble, and fumble recovery all on one play.
Oof.
So, yeah.
Oof. Imagine sitting Pat Mahomes.
I would have sat Pat Mahomes.
I would have sat Pat Mahomes. What an idiot. I would never sit Pat Mahomes. No,
next matchup.
well done, Dan. I'm real quick. I want to comment. Dan's team is so interesting. It's like old as fuck, but like
It's Alex's team.
I know.
It's literally Alex's team. So like, as long as he does the same thing where he just kind of band-aids it together.
But like, how does it keep work? He can't keep getting away with this. And I know that he has changed in this instance, but can't keep getting away with this.
You know, maybe he does.
No, it's bullshit.
I agree. Anthony did a rebuild in a year and a half.
I quit. But not really, though. I would be so stoked if Bo didn't win.
The new guy won?
Yeah, I'd be pretty happy about that. Unless I lost.
Listen here.
And I would be really pissed and kick him from the league.
Listen here, new guy.
Listen here, new guy. Nobody hit your buzzer, new guy.
Okay, who's next?
Next one is Adrian versus Matt. Matt pulled out the win on this one.
Sure did. Yeah, this is one of those that like Jared Allen went the fuck off for
Greg!
Josh Allen went the fuck off for him. I don't know why I did that.
You did that last week too.
I know. But yeah, so Josh Allen went the fuck off for him for 42, almost 43 points. Week 1, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Justin Herbert had a great week too, but like
once again,
Josh Allen had a bigger week.
Like he made a good point. Hers were bigger.
Yeah. And then good job on obviously it's only week 1, but I mean, Matt calling the shot on Bill, that paid off for this week. It did.
Bill Krosky.
He got a touchdown. 82 yards and a touchdown.
Bill. Hey, Matt, I know you don't listen, but if you do listen, Rashi Rice can go in your IR slot. Just FYI.
That's collusion.
Yeah, but he doesn't listen, so he'll never know. How will he know?
But yeah, I mean, I think this is a good start to the season for Matt. Adrian's a team that can go off, and Matt came out the win.
Yeah, I really thought Adrian had this one, but then Terry put up a dud. Ken Bone Walker put up a dud. And then he
turns out missing the entire fucking preseason is hurtful.
Turns out. So yeah, next matchup was, we can skip right over this one, Ryan versus Anthony.
Woo!
Anyways, good job, Anthony. Okay, the next one.
You did it.
Next one. Oh, hey, by the way, before we skip that one, fuck you, Ryan.
Yeah. Also, though, like Anthony, you got lucky you played Ryan because there was only like 2 other teams. Yeah, 2 other teams that you would have beat. 3 other teams you would have beat.
How embarrassing for you. That's almost as embarrassing as trading away Justin Jefferson. Next one. Speaking of Justin Jefferson.
We're so back.
Justin Jefferson didn't really carry anything. You know who did carry something? Daniel fucking Jones and Keon Coleman. Carrying Brian Coulter's bad luck continues. Losing as the 3rd highest scorer on the week.
Dude, 3 touchdowns for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Fucking Zach Charbonnet getting the touchdown helped him a lot. JSN got fed. Justin Jefferson.
JSN fumbled twice? Damn, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. Yeah, and then
great.
obviously
that's not what you want.
And then obviously JJ McCarthy ended up like really pulling it out of his hat there at the end. So good on him.
Yeah. So Brian squeaked it out. Now
Look at Michael Penix sitting on fucking Coulter's taxi squad. And CJ Scroud getting him 8.7 points.
CJ Scroud. Yeah, Coulter's team, I wouldn't want to have to make some of the decisions that Coulter has to make. It makes for a tough management every week. Because he's got a lot of like similar vibe players.
He did mostly the right choices though.
For sure. You know, it's just a tough thing. Like you got Breece Hall. Like you chose to sit Breece Hall and play Jaylen Warren. It wasn't that big of a mistake, but that was a ballsy move, you know?
Well, and then also like he sat one of those players to play J-Mo Williams after he got the contract. So
which didn't work out.
Right. So,
yeah.
I mean, great job, Brian. Looks like a lot of those moves that you made in the offseason are paying off. So, great job. Very fragile. You are on fucking thin ice, big dog.
The thing though is that he's just he's gonna pick up Quinshon Judkins here in a minute. So that's gonna round out. He can, I would say, confidently start Kayshon Boutte. I know probably most of you didn't watch the Pats game, but Kayshon Boutte had
hyper targets. Yeah, hyper target.
Yeah. So if Brian wants to, he can just slide him into a flex spot at this point in time. Isaiah Likely should be back, so that gives him another tight end option. So yeah, like I said, you look at Brian's team and a lot has to happen and go right, but I do think it's possible that those things go right for him. And, you're going into a week with Justin Jefferson, you're always going to have a fighting shot.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, last one was Rob versus Corey. Rob took this one. Corey's team got a little beat up here this week.
Yeah, Corey's team didn't show out too much. Jamar Chase had a dud. That's huge.
Yeah, that's huge and very strange.
AJ Brown getting 1.3 points. He got one target in that whole game, which was crazy.
Yep.
Detroit's defense, Aiden Hutchinson didn't look to be a factor at all, which is, I'm hopefully the more we get away from, him healing that injury, the better he looks. So
right.
But yeah, I mean, the problem with Corey is that his bench wouldn't have saved him much. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's one of those that, like, if I'm Corey, I'm, obviously it's only week one. It's only week one, but maybe I'm panicking just a little bit and hoping for a big splash. Yeah,
I mean, you have to kind of call your shots sometimes a little early, right? In redraft, it's, waiver wire and who's hot this week, who's hot next week. And that's really active for the first, 4 or 5 weeks. All the injuries happen. You're confident that you'll have them for the rest of the season, or at least the tight end, whatever the fuck his name is in San Francisco, that's likely to get a start, but who knows if he's going to be good. Like, redraft leagues are probably going nuts for that right now. If you lost George Kittle, that's your priority, is to go get a new tight end. So you might be looking at a hot pickup this week. In Dynasty, that's trading. That's going, because there isn't really much waiver wire activity in this league. So that's going to call your shot and saying, no, I'm going to make a push, or no, I'm going to stamp on this player and ride it out. So I agree with you. I think that you got to start making moves, even though it is just 1 week. You do got to kind of act quickly before things start settling out, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Imagine having George Kittle and needing a tight end. Fucking stupid.
Imagine having George Kittle and needing a tight end. Well, you can pick somebody up now because he can go in your IR spot.
Woo!
Yippee!
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! Okay, any big takeaways for you this week other than the ones that we've already talked about?
No, I don't think so. I think the biggest takeaway for me is hell yeah for the new guy beating Bo. Dan, I know your name. I'm just going to call you the new guy.
New guy.
And then, again, Corey's team kind of suddenly looks less like a titan of a team.
You hear that, Corey? Called your team a bitch. He's coming for you. Who does Corey play next week? We'll get into that. Just wait. Next, we'll just talk about this amongst ourselves. I didn't post the poll because I felt it was a little obvious, but there was also not many that stuck out to me on one of these. But it's the GM of the week, transaction of the week, and start of the week. So transaction of the week, there really weren't any that of note, unless I missed anything, Greg.
I don't know. I don't recall looking at or seeing anything huge.
Thanks for your support.
Sorry. I kind of looking through, I don't see anything that seems like, major by any means that like ended up coming through. Hunter Renfro got picked up. I'll give that that's my pickup of the week.
Do you know how to? Are you looking on the website or your phone?
I'm on the website, but like since we don't use the chat anymore, it's all pretty just much. It's that, you know what I mean?
No, you on the website. You scroll down to recent activity. Oh, go to your league tab. Sorry.
Okay.
And then go to recent activity. You got to scroll down a little bit, and then click view all. And then you can just do waivers and free agents.
Waivers
or trades, if that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I mean,
but there really weren't any because we were only concerned about what happened like September, basically.
Yeah, like I said, so like
your trade hopping with Pickett.
Oh no, yeah, that's my trade.
August.
That's my pick of the week.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, like I think like Brian picking up George Pratt. How much did he end up scoring? Jermaine Pratt, sorry, 5 points. So nah. Give me Hunter Renfro. What did he score? Hunter Renfro scored 2.1 points, baby. All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to say the transaction of the week was Rob picking up Christian Rosaboom because his last name is Rosaboom.
And he scored 11 fantasy points.
Boom. There you go. Congratulations, Rob. Christian Rosaboom is the transaction of the week. You win nothing.
Except for our
affection,
undying admiration,
and jealousy that you picked up a good player.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go with start of the week. I said Dan, starting Aaron Rodgers. I probably would have gone with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I think that I probably also would have gone Aaron Rodgers. I fucking hate him, but I think that if I was in Dan's situation, I would have gone Aaron Rodgers. But good on him for making the pick. You know what I mean? Like,
was 100% convinced Aaron Rodgers was going to come out and show us all that he was fucking washed.
Yeah, but you also said earlier that you weren't sure that fucking Cleveland would be able to score points. So
they didn't score that many points.
But you know, like. That's what I'm saying. Like, so
I see what you're saying. Yeah, but I would have been
either like.
No, I would have still. Joe Flacco's good enough to have a bomb down the field. He's not going to throw an interception. Likely. So like
McMillan, like a Cedric McMillan, huge fucking right. That's his name, Cedric McMillan. Tillman. I don't think it's Tillman.
You think anyway? Cedric McMillan. You want to pause that and double check yourself?
I'm looking it up right now.
Cedric Tillman.
Oh, it is Teteroa McMillan.
Oh, different.
That's not who I was saying.
I was going to say different.
Yeah.
Not same, different. Who was your start of the week?
My start of the week was, I said just to be different, I picked Anthony. And for him starting both of his young guys and not going with his guy, Sam Darnold. So really, because it's Anthony and he was so high on Sam Darnold last year that I'll give him credit and he sat him and it was the right decision. So,
yeah, very much so. All right. Last one is GM owner of the week. I think everybody's going to agree that it goes to Dan.
Yeah, because
he beat Bo. Congratulations, Dan.
Ooh.
You win nothing except for our love and admiration. Thank you.
We appreciate that.
All right, that's it for the first segment here. We'll take a quick break and be right back with the preview for week 2. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for letting us take a quick break there. But we are going to jump into the week 2 preview. We're going to go through the NFL pick'em order if you want to follow along. And so, Greg, we'll let you take the lead here.
Okay, since we don't have a guest, I'm just going to I do it anyway mostly, but I'm just going to do my picks this week. So the first game is Washington at Green Bay. This is the Thursday night game on Amazon, and Washington is the team receiving 3.5 points. I really want to pick Washington here, but everything in me is telling me that Green Bay might be for real. but I have, I think, pretty high expectations for Washington. So I'm probably going to lean there. They look good this last week, and, maybe Bill really is the truth. So I don't know. What do you think? Where are you going?
No, you got to make it first. You volunteered.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Washington to cover the spread. That's going to be the wrong pick, but
No,
I'm going
also
to
pick
stick with it.
Washington. So here's my rationale for picking Washington. It's a Thursday night game. Thursday night games are usually weird. They're not high scoring. So I think it's going to be a narrow victory for Green Bay.
Okay. So you think a field goal might be the margin of victory?
Yes.
Or like their touchdowns line up where it's like 1 point more or something?
Right. They
Gotcha.
kick a field goal to go up by 2 at the end of the game or whatever.
Which quarterback has more fantasy points?
Jaden Daniels.
Okay. And then does Terry McLaurin make a comeback, like a bounce back week this week?
Yeah, he should.
Which Green Bay receiver has the most points?
I don't know. I hate them all.
I'm going to go Romeo.
Kraft.
I'm going to go Romeo Dobbs.
Tucker Kraft. Put it on the board.
Tucker Kraft. Okay, so we both pick Washington on that one. They'll keep it within 3.
Yeah. Is there anybody else like in that game that we want to chime in about?
I mean, Josh Jacobs is good, but no, I think we mentioned just about everybody else.
Okay.
Like Zach Ertz is somebody that could be an impact player, but I think I have him in every league that everybody here's in. So not an impact player to you.
No.
Okay. So the next game is Cleveland at Baltimore. And Cleveland is receiving 11.5 points here.
Goodness.
I think I picked Cleveland. I'm doing it just because it's a division game, and those are always really like dirty and like
Baltimore
whatever.
is going to be in trouble if they don't spank the pants off of Cleveland. They are so much better than Cleveland is.
Mm-hmm. At every position.
If it is close, they're in trouble.
I guess not. I mean, yeah. What do you think? A tight end? Is Baltimore better?
Yes.
Okay. David Njoku isn't as good as Mark Andrews or Isaiah Likely?
Yes. For what they do, yes. Mark Andrews is better at securing touchdowns. He's better at getting open.
I think Quinshawn Judkins gets a touchdown this week.
QJ. We don't even know if he's playing.
I think he's going to get a touchdown this week. Samson.
Okay.
Samson actually looked to be like a little bit explosive at times last week, which was cool.
8 for 8 through the air, which is pretty crazy.
Derrick Henry is fucking father time himself.
Want to know what else, Greg?
Stiff arm father time. Just fucking put him down.
He was 8 targets, 8 catches, 8 yards per catch, 64 total yards.
It's pretty crazy,
right?
He's the guy from Tennessee. No. Who is Samson?
Are you talking about the college?
Yeah. Like where he went to. Yeah, Tennessee. Okay, he is the Tennessee running back.
The
Volunteers. Yeah. Okay, just making sure. Yeah. That's, good for him. You know what I mean? Like one of the things I remember hearing about anybody coming in Tennessee running back wise is that doesn't translate very well to the NFL. But
we'll see if it continues or if Jerome Ford was just that bad.
Listen, what's going to happen is he's going to have one incredible year and then he's never going to do anything ever again.
Yeah, but he's a perfect player, like I was saying earlier. Like, if somebody wants to put their stamp on, no, I think Dylan Sampson's going to be involved in this offense. I think he's got running back 2 upside. Okay, go
get him.
Go get him. Now's the time to do it, because if he does it 2 more times, Coulter's not going to want to trade him. or he's going to want a first round pick for him because he's
Yeah.
proven it 3 times in a row that he's a part of the offense and can catch 8 passes a game. So now's the time to go get these guys. And you do kind of have to pay the proper price for them. But it's also that opportunity for Coulter to have the opposite opinion of, no, I don't know this for a fact, but, no, he was a 4th round pick in the NFL and I got him in the 3rd round. I'll take a early 2nd round pick and a player for him, sure. And that could be a quick turnaround for Coulter. So those are the types of players that I'm talking about when I'm looking at like stamping my name on these types of players.
Yeah. I mean,
like Anthony did it with Chase Brown when he traded it with me.
I kind of did it with Devon Achane when I went and got him for a 1st round pick.
Yep. And you did the opposite with Dameon Pierce and Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I jumped off Dameon Pierce real quick.
Off Dameon Pierce. Yeah.
Just remember, with Coulter, you're going to have to add a 4th round pick.
Oh, so Coulter Tex.
Yeah, Derrick Henry has stiff-armed father time.
Mm-hmm.
Zay Flowers, it looked really fucking good week 1. Sure Holy shit. Like, everybody, that leans in the direction that Lamar Jackson is a running quarterback. Like, Zay Flowers finished with 24 fucking points. My man had 9 targets, caught 7 of them for 143 yards and a touchdown. You know what I mean? Like, go off. So, good for Coulter for having Zay Flowers.
I don't understand how Baltimore lost that fucking game.
Their defense just let them fucking come back.
Damn, dude, I don't understand. It's one of the bigger meltdowns I can remember watching in the NFL.
Well, and like all the memes came out talking about how like, Lamar basically giving fucking Derrick Henry shit, but like, it's like, no, dog, like Derrick Henry wasn't the one that let the team come back from like a 43 whatever point, game in 4 minutes. Yeah, they let fucking Jared Allen score 42 points. You know what I mean?
Jared fucking Allen.
That one was intentional.
I know, Greg. We'll give you that one. You do it again, though. You need to change your team names to Jared Allen.
Is my favorite player.
Jared Allen is my favorite player, and then just put a picture of Josh Allen.
All right. So just for clarity, I picked Cleveland there.
I'm picking Baltimore.
Okay. I think Cleveland will cover the spread. Okay. The next game is Jacksonville at Cincinnati. The spread is only 3.5, and the points are going to Jacksonville. Jacksonville's receiving the spread here.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
I think
the disrespect.
I was going to say, I feel like this feels like a game where Cincy bounces back after a week 1 in division game, and they come out and I think they outscore fucking Jacksonville by at least 2 points, or not 2 points, but 2 scores, like a touchdown and a field goal.
I was going to say, well, you should pick Jacksonville then. Because they're going to get 3 points.
But
I know what you mean.
Brian Thomas is awesome, but he's it.
Is he awesome?
I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. is pretty good, yeah.
Is 1 for 7 pretty good?
That's true.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, well, so is Trevor Lawrence, so.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I didn't watch the game that closely. Maybe
19 for 31 with a touchdown and an interception.
Not good. It's not good.
Good thing they have.
What was his QBR? Goodness.
Good thing they have Bashal Tootin, right, everybody? Right, Adrian?
Okay.
That'll being said, I think Cincinnati's going to blow up. I'm picking them to beat them by 4.
Yeah, for sure.
The next game is the Giants at the Cowboys. Division game that I won't watch. 6.5 point spread here. The Giants are the one receiving the points. It's in Dallas. I think I picked Dallas here. Yeah. I think they cover the spread pretty handily.
Again, I don't understand the disrespect. Dallas should have beat Philly. I don't understand. Yeah, CD. You fucking bum.
Fucking bum.
You fucking bum. Drop his ass.
Is this
Wait.
the week Scattaboo gets a touchdown? Do they sit Russell Wilson?
Week 6 is the first time we're going to see Scattaboo take over. Probably not the first time he gets a touchdown, but that's when he's going to take over. That's also when Jackson Dart's going to come in.
Okay. Did you see the reports apparently that the coach talked to the general manager or something about starting Jackson Dart?
Okay, so maybe week 3.
But I think it was on Get Up this morning where they were like, wait, I'm sorry. I thought, or no, it was the Ballers talking about it yesterday, where like, I thought it was under the impression that like the GM is the one that like picks the players and then like in the organization, and then the coach is the one that picks the players on the field. And it's like, you got to ask if you can start Jackson Dart. Why fuck? Why did we sign Russell Wilson?
Have you ever
put Jameson?
Seen Moneyball? You got to listen to Brad Pitt.
Put Jameson.
Jameson. Like the
Jameis. No, Jameis Winston. Put Jameis Winston in.
Winston in.
But yeah, I mean, CD will be great.
I really don't understand. I think Dak played a perfect game. There were drops galore. I think that they show that they deserve to be considered a top team.
He did have one rushing attempt for 3 yards.
Who dat?
Dak.
Oh, yeah. But he moved around the pocket well. And that's all I care.
That's what everyone keeps saying.
Yeah, that's all I care about. He used to run, but I don't expect that from his game anymore. Too old.
Dak Prescott feels like a Magoo. Anyway.
Racist.
That was an ad hominem. I attacked him personally. So yeah, I'm picking Dallas to cover the spread. So I think that Dallas wins by more than 7 here. The next game is Chicago at Detroit. The spread is 5.5. The points are being received by Chicago. And yikes.
Okay. Detroit is at home.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff plays very, very good at home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Caleb Williams is very good.
I think Caleb Williams looked decent in the game on Monday. Monday.
I just don't think he's him. Maybe he can get there.
Just because he's going to come out as them.
That would be cool. But I don't think he would be them either. I mean, I guess he literally would be, because to our knowledge, they would be the only they, them. So they would literally be the they, them.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, I think the offense looked exciting for me. Like they were moving a lot. They were, to me, I think DeAndre Swift looks like it might just be, start of the season DeAndre Swift. He's not hurt and tired yet, but.
What do you mean? DeAndre Swift is garbage. He only had 50 yards.
I feel like he looked a lot better than that.
17 catches. Or rushes.
Yeah.
17 catches would be insane.
Yeah, right. Interesting. I thought he did better than that. I felt like watching the game, he did better than that.
Nope, garbage.
Yeah, here's to hoping that the Detroit offense can pick it up. I am going to pick Detroit. I think that they do.
Detroit.
I do think they come back and turn into the team that everybody expects them to be.
And I was mostly trying to get under your skin. I think Caleb Williams is fine. He's
fine.
He's fine. Like you said about Caitlin Clark, there's nothing really remarkable about him.
I did say that.
They did say that. They said, well, I don't really get it. There's nothing really remarkable about her. So there's that. Shout out to other sports, I guess.
Fucking just put me on blast.
I like sports. I like jokes. I don't understand what's not to like.
I like both. All right. The next game is the Patriots at the Dolphins. The spread is 1.5, and the points go to the Patriots.
Disrespect.
I'm picking the Patriots here. I'm picking the Patriots here. Devon A-Chan will have a fine week. Everybody else will be dog shit. There we go. That's my analysis of this fucking game.
Excellent. Kayshon Boutte, 2 touchdowns this week. Put it on the board.
I think Drake May finishes with over 50 rushing yards.
Over 50 rushing yards for Drake May. He better, because Drake looked okay. He looked fine. There were plays where I was watching and he looked really, really good and competent in what he was doing, really confident. And then there were other plays where like, the fuck was that, Drake? Like, he overthrew the ball at least 4 or 5 times from my memory, like really badly. Luckily, they weren't intercepted, unlike Tua's. But yeah, there were a couple throws that I was like, yeesh, that was bad. So hopefully we see some improvement through the year. Maybe it's just week 1 jitters.
To be clear, Tua threw it directly to the other team.
Yes, he did.
There was no overthrowing. Oh my God, whatever.
Oh, no, he did do that too.
Sure, but he mainly just threw it to the other team.
It was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching it.
I picked New England to win this game.
Me too.
Not even just keep it within 1. They'll win this game.
Me too. I agree. All right.
What's B.D. Henderson going to do?
I'm sorry?
What's B.D. Henderson going to do?
B.D. Henderson, give it a couple weeks.
Okay.
He's got to get there. Give it a couple weeks.
If you're wondering what B.D. Henderson is,
too, I guess. So good for her.
If you're wondering what BD you're referring to, go back to the first week podcast. Pay attention.
Yeah. Hey, keep the fuck up.
All right. The next game is San Francisco at New Orleans. New Orleans is receiving the points. They get 4.5 here.
I know only because of the injuries, right?
I was going to say, I know San Francisco's beat up, but I still feel like they're like a better team than New Orleans, even with their backups. Who did New Orleans play last week? Do you remember?
Who did New Orleans play? Arizona.
Because, like, didn't they kind of look like they were doing something here and there against Arizona?
Yeah, but it's Arizona.
Right. I'm just making sure that I didn't get that wrong. But, yeah.
I mean, from what I remember, yeah, they only lost by 7, so.
Spencer Rattler had a couple, like, drop touchdowns. So that's
Chris Olave didn't die, so that's a win.
Alvin Kamara still looks strong.
Marvin Harrison scored a touchdown. My boy. So, that's nice.
Christian McCaffrey played.
And looked so good. I wasn't worried for a second.
He was, guys. He was really worried.
I was not. Don't lie to them. Greg.
So I'm picking San Francisco for this game to win and cover the spread by 5. They have to win by 5+.
I'm going to pick New Orleans.
There was a lot of dead air there.
Yeah, it'll get cut out. Yeah, with the injuries, San Francisco didn't look that great last week. New Orleans is at home. Yeah, I think New Orleans steals this one. At least it's an almost upset. It's a lot closer than it should be.
So they cover the spread for you?
Yeah, at least covering the spread here.
Okay. All right. The next game is Buffalo, led by Jared Allen, and the New York Jets,
led by Jaron Fields.
Jaron Fields. The spread here is 7.5 points, and the Jets are the one receiving the spread. I think that this is a division game, but I think that Buffalo is a much better team than...
Also, poor Jets, not a fucking home game for them, so they can go fuck themselves. Buffalo will travel.
Oh, you're saying like the Buffalo fans will be
Yeah,
there.
Buffalo fans will travel.
I was like, what do you mean? Is it like in Europe or something? It's a late start for a Europe game. But yeah, I mean,
Nope, it's just over in the Meadowlands.
I think that New York has, a bunch of players that all do really well for fantasy, but I think that Buffalo comes away with the win ultimately.
Yeah, Buffalo's going to stomp them, but yeah, I agree with you, kinda. I'll start Garrett Wilson over any Buffalo wide receiver, but I do start James Cook over Brees Hall.
Yeah, but I'm still starting Brees Hall without hesitation.
Sure.
I don't think Buffalo's defense is going to stop them from doing that. I just think that Buffalo's offense can outscore anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh Allen can outscore anybody.
Jared, please.
That being said, I still think Justin Fields would be great. I think this should be a halfway decent game that we may or may not watch.
So you're taking the Jets?
I am. No. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Nah. I'll take Buffalo to cover the spread. They're going to win
It's
by.
not going to be that good of a game.
Yeah. I guess not.
No, I'm taking Buffalo as well.
The game will be one of those that it's a much closer game than the scoreboard tells.
Hey, I have a real quick question before we move on, and this is just skipping ahead because I'm looking at the schedule. Why the fuck is the NFL so stupid? There are 3 afternoon games. Why?
Yeah, and we're already at what fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 morning games.
Why?
8, 9 morning games, 3 afternoon games, a Sunday game, and 2 Monday night games.
Stupid. Fucking stupid NFL. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my shit just went to the wrong fucking page. The next game is the Los Angeles Rams. Oh, no, sorry. The Seattle Seahawks at the Pittsburgh Steelers. The spread on this game is 3.5 going to Seattle. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really am going to hope that I'm wrong about Sam Darnold this week just so that they can come out and beat Pittsburgh. I think Zach Charbonnet will continue to make his case. I think JSN will continue to get fed. But I don't know. I think Pittsburgh can win by a touchdown.
Yeah, I pick Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers obviously isn't done. And so the fact that he can pick apart a bad defense, I think he's going to walk all over Seattle. And I think that Mike Tomlin is a good enough coach that he can stop Sam Darnold.
You want to hear a crazy stat that I just learned? Kenneth Gainwell outsnapped Jalen Warren.
Like from a percentage perspective?
Yep. 45 to 54%.
That's got to be from like blocking job duty.
Kenneth Gainwell
got teams
got 4 targets and 7 rushing attempts, and Jalen Warren got 2 targets and 11 rushing attempts. So maybe Aaron likes Kenneth Gainwell a little bit better, trusts him a little bit more in the passing game. So for like dump offs and stuff, he's Darren Sproles for Aaron Rodgers.
I was really surprised to see how bad Caleb Johnson looked.
Yeah, not very good.
His 1 attempt for -2 yards. I was expecting just more. Like more involvement at all. Period. Blank. Anything. Not 1 carry for -2 yards and a fumble. That is not good.
Is Calvin Austin actually
No.
Aaron Rodgers hyper target?
DK Metcalf will take it. Calvin Austin is a deep threat. I think, right? That's how he got his touchdown, right? It was a bigger catch.
He had 4 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown. I don't remember seeing him
I don't know. Anyways, but no, I mean, I don't think he's hyper targeted. I mean, DK had the same amount of targets as he did. Calvin just got the touchdown. No, DK out targeted him by 1. So yeah, a surprise for sure. I actually have Calvin Austin in another league because he is good. You know where he went to college, Greg? Look at that.
Is he a Memphis? Is he a Memphis guy? Hell yeah, dog. Let's go Memphis.
Ryan just vomited in his mouth a little bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's really anybody else to talk about in this game.
Yep. So yeah, I picked Pittsburgh to cover the spread. They have to win by 4 or more.
Yeah, I think so too.
The next game is our final morning game, which again, there are only 3 afternoon games, and we just did all those morning games. The final morning game is the Rams at the Titans. The spread is 5.5, and the Titans are the ones receiving the points here, even though they are at home. I think that Tennessee looked like they have path ahead of them.
Do they?
I think so. I think Cam Ward
looked like a doo-doo head.
You think so?
He was 12 for 28.
Yeah, I guess you're right. He did finish with 1.48
now,
points.
To be fair to him, it was the Denver Broncos.
He got sacked 6 times.
Now, to be unfair to him, it is the Rams,
which has a really good defense.
Yes. So I'm picking the Rams because I think Cam Ward is going to look like a doo-doo head again.
Okay. I think he looks better, but I think the Rams win. Kyron looked really good last week. He only had 13 points, but every time you saw him carry the ball, 3.67 yards a carry. You know what I mean? Like, not incredible, but pretty solid. He got a touchdown. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the Rams are. Does Devontae Adams get a touchdown this week?
Is that your call?
No, I'm asking.
I don't know. Crystal ball, Greg.
I'm going to say Devontae Adams and Tyler Lockett get a touchdown this week.
Tyler Lockett?
Yeah.
Okay. It is not 2015 anymore, okay? You can let him go.
He had 1 target.
You can let him go.
We'll see. So we're picking the Rams to cover the spread here. They got to win by 6.
Yes.
Next game is one of the afternoon games. It is Carolina at Arizona. And the spread here is 6.5. Carolina gets the points, obviously. And I'm going to still pick Arizona here. I feel like.
Me too. Carolina looked bad. Bryce Young looked bad.
As somebody that was hopeful for Bryce Young, probably a little bit more optimistic than others. He looked bad. Chuba Hubbard looked decent. Fucking Tet McMillan, tried. He got
you just hope 5. That it was, again, first week, come out. We'll correct for next week because, it all looked real bad. It's not like Arizona's going to have a good, tough defense for him to face, so maybe you see something better. But, otherwise, he looked pretty bad.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Kyler Murray, James Conner, Troy. It is Trey. Trey Benson, I feel like he only got 8 points, but I feel like he was not as involved in the game, in the offense as everybody was kind of hoping he was going to be. And James Conner had a couple plays where he still showed that he is very much capable of fucking running the football.
Yeah, but Trey Benson had 8 yards a carry with the work that he got. So I think he's earned a little bit more work.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, fucking James Conner had a play where he literally kind of just ran into a dude and that dude fell over and fucking James Conner just kind of looked at him for a second and just kept running. It was crazy. Yeah.
Conner's good. He's just old.
Remember when he had that really awful haircut?
No.
He had that haircut when he was on the Steelers and just popping off where it was shaved everywhere basically. And then he just had the mullet hair hanging out the bottom. The next game is the Denver Broncos at the Indianapolis Colts. How real are the Colts?
They're not.
This is our Colts. This is our team.
Oh yeah, did he put out a video?
Yeah, he did.
I didn't. I don't go on Instagram anymore, so I didn't get that.
Yeah, he put out a video, and I saw it
Yeah.
because I saw somebody like I was like a Dolphins fan, like watched it, and then like as a reaction to the week that happened, and the Dolphins just goes, "Come on, man, what the fuck?" Yeah, I'm interested to continue to see how this fucking running back situation goes. It looks like J.K. Dobbins is the favorite so far. R.J. Harvey only got
Well, you got to use J.K. while he has two legs.
Yeah.
So just get it in while you can, and then give it like 5 weeks, and one of them will break.
R.J. Harvey definitely had, he had 11.6 yards per carry.
He outed off one big run.
Right. But
which is good. I mean, you want to see that burst. You want to see that ability to get those big runs. Again, it's a rookie. It just takes time to build in any rookie, with the exception of Shingenti, right? And Bijan when he was drafted. Jahmyr Gibbs when he was drafted. Those guys obviously get the work, but everybody else is usually just worked in.
Oh, the spread here, by the way, is 2.5, and the Colts are the ones receiving the points. Yeah, I don't know if I said that earlier.
The Diz race back to Denver.
Yeah, I'm picking Denver for sure here.
Is the door closed, Greg?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I'm 99% sure it is. The one standout I'll say is that Tyler Warren looked super good, especially for a rookie. He had 9 targets and caught 7 of those, for fucking 14, almost 15 points. So good on him.
Why does he look like he's 40 years old?
Right? He sure does. He looks like he started an 80s hair metal band and is still in it. That's what he looks like to me.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah. So I'm picking Denver here. Pretty easy for me.
Yeah. The only thing that I'll say is that they're going to be down Ingram. So I'm expecting Bo Nix to have to run a little bit more than he did last week.
Yeah, I'd like that. He had 8 attempts, but he only had 18 yards. So, okay. The next game is Philly at Kansas City. The spread here is 1.5, and the points are going to Kansas City, who's at home. So
that's pretty big.
So we disrespect the Cowboys, but then we're also like respecting the Cowboys, and the Eagles are.
No, we're just respecting the Eagles.
Okay. I think I pick Philly here. I think it's.
Nah, I'm going KC. They're not starting 0-2.
You don't think so?
No.
I think Philly wins. I think Philly Super Bowl rematch. I think Philly wins this. Yeah, I mean,
you're calling this KC finishing 0-2. Are they done?
I mean, I just think that they're starting 0-2.
Are they done? It's like a 40% chance to make the playoffs if you start 0-2.
Well, I don't think they're winning their division.
I don't either, and we voted for them to do it again, and I didn't like that.
So, yeah. I mean, this game has a decent amount of players kind of, involved. Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. Now we're interested to see what Tank Bigsby looks like. Probably not this week, but eventually see how he gets worked in. I'm super interested to see if AJ Brown was put in timeout for some fucking reason week 1 or something. It felt like it was intentional. One target. And then on the other side, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce. Does Xavier Worthy come back? Or is he out this week?
He's out.
He is out. Okay.
Well, that's my guess.
Yeah. You're saying he's out because his own teammate fucking took him out.
And now he's down bad, crying at the gym.
Also, here's to hoping Harrison Butker sucks ass.
Oh, he sucks man ass behind the scenes in his closet.
He's down bad crying at the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm picking Philly to cover the 1.5 point spread here. You're picking Kansas
I
City.
will pick Kansas City, and then we will take a quick break before we jump into the Sunday and Monday night games. All right. Welcome back in. Thanks for the quick break. We're going to jump back in with the last three matchups here, Greg. Take it away.
The next one is the Atlanta Falcons at the Minnesota Vikings. Points here are the spread here is 4.5, and the points are going to the Atlanta Falcons. This is an interesting matchup for me. I think this is like almost like a futures game of like what the NFL can be over the next probably 5 seasons or so.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's an exciting matchup.
So I think that with the point spread being 4.5, I think that I'm going to pick Atlanta with the points just because I think that they'll cover. I think it'll be a close game, just like the game was with Chicago, because I think Atlanta's a better team than Chicago. And so, yeah, I'm going to pick Atlanta. I think Michael Penix comes out and continues to make his case for why he is a very, very good starting quarterback. JJ McCarthy also looked good. So, 2 young studs. Bijan is fucking so good at football. It's crazy.
He sure is.
Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones, both kind of had like decent little weeks, I feel like, this past week. I'm double checking the points. Jordan Mason only had 8 points. But like it did kind of feel like it was like a decent little split between those two guys. And Aaron Jones seems to have done a little bit more with it. But
no, Jordan Mason still had 4.5 yards of carry. So like it was still impressive. Aaron Jones is much better in the passing game.
And then for receivers, Drake London, Justin Jefferson, both very, very good players. Let's hope Drake London isn't seriously injured. And then, I mean, Darnell Mooney, Adam Thielen, maybe. We're waiting for Jordan Addison to come back for Minnesota. When is that? Week 4? Week or 5?
Addison?
Yeah, he missed 4 games.
I thought it was 6.
Maybe it is. But I think Jordan Addison's going to be a great addition to this offense. Yeah. I'm excited.
Can we chat about Kyle Pitts real quick and his 7 catches last week?
Yeah. So he finished with almost 13 points. He had 8 targets and caught 7 of them. Didn't finish with a touchdown, but he definitely was being used in what felt like some pretty crucial situations with like, big third downs and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, let's see, I don't know if it'll stick, but fuck it. Why not? Let's give it a whirl.
The old college try. He should still be in college. He's only 24.
That's so insane.
That would be an old college student, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, still, it's crazy. Okay, so yeah, I'm picking Atlanta to cover. Are you picking
Atlanta? I agree. I think they're going to win outright.
Okay, so the next game is Tampa at Houston. The spread here is 2.5, and Tampa gets the points, which is wild to me.
Disrespect.
Like, Tampa had a shootout with Atlanta last week, and then I feel like Houston looks like they couldn't even get their offense like started.
Yep.
So I'm going to take Tampa here easy, I think.
Yep. Feels like a trap. Vegas, not going to lie.
Right. But, I mean,
what do you know?
Those 5 p.m. Monday night games are always terrible. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like, the fucking Emeka Buka looks so good.
Yeah.
Week 1.
He sure did.
Why has he got to be on your taxi squad?
Because Coulter picked Matt Golden instead of Emeka Buka. So blame Coulter.
Bucky Irving looked great. Nick Chubb looked...
Bucky did look good. He broke through. I guess his stats don't say that. Where we watch, I feel like he broke off a couple of runs. Was that somebody else?
Bucky Irving, like
37 yards.
Yeah.
Maybe that was somebody. Was that couldn't have been Sean Tucker that we were watching?
No, none of them have any big
weird.
yards.
Could have sworn I saw some good running.
But
Making
yeah, I
shit
mean,
up.
Nick Chubb had 60 yards. He did 51% of the snaps, so exactly half. I don't know. CJ Stroud didn't look great. I don't know if that was a result of his offensive line.
Another one playing scared.
Yeah. So I'm picking Tampa to not only keep it within 2, but I'm sure they'll just win it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, our final game is the later Monday night game, the 8 p.m. Eastern game. Sorry to all you East Coasters. Come live in the middle of the country, baby. Is the Chargers at the Raiders. The spread here is 3.5, so it's not like you're missing much anyway. The points are going to the Raiders.
I don't understand how it's so close, though.
Yeah, I feel like the Chargers showed against, like, if you're going to give the Chiefs all that credit and then turn around and like the Chargers are just as good as the Raiders. What? That doesn't make any sense to me.
And then you're only giving the Patriots 1.5 against the Dolphins,
right? Like,
that's
so
weird.
you're saying that the Raiders would be split like 3.5 points with the Chiefs right now? I don't understand. Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Chargers here. That being said, like, I think that Ashton Genty showed flashes of why he was as hyped as he was. He had that one play where he got the touchdown and just like bounced off of somebody, which was pretty cool. I just think their offensive line is so bad. So it's going to be so hard for him to like do anything. You know, he's going to have no time from the time he has the ball in his hand to the time that there's a defender in his face. So, but Geno Smith looked like he knew what he was doing. Finished with 19.5 points, 24 for 34 with a touchdown interception, 362 yards. 300 fucking yards for Geno Smith is pretty good.
Yep. Wouldn't have called that.
Jacoby Myers had his little fucking revenge game. Finished with 8 receptions for 97 yards.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of the only receiving option they have outside of Brock, and he got hurt.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. What did he finish with, though? 16 points, 8 targets, 5 receptions. He didn't get a touchdown either. He's another one that, like, you look at him and you're like, old. Yeah, you're like 40, dude.
And I don't look like that. Why do football players look like shit? At least white ones do.
It's because all that helmet rubbing the hair off. All right. Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers here. I think that they will win by a touchdown at least. I don't know what I'm going to put for total points, though. I hate this part.
Yeah, I just put a random number down most weeks.
Okay. So that's all the pick'ems for this week.
All right. Perfect. We are going to jump into the fantasy matchups. We are going to try our best to keep track of our picks this year. So last week, Greg went 2-4, and I went 3-3. So I've got a 1-game lead on you so far, Greg.
Crushing it. I'm crushing it.
I mean, that's what you get for picking yourself against me. If you didn't do that, we would have been tied.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
Winning isn't fun?
No, being tied isn't fun.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we'll go through again with my order. So the first one is going to be myself versus Bo. I'm terrified.
Really?
Yeah. Why shouldn't I be?
I mean, you just had the most points this week.
So, it's Bo.
Yeah, I have you winning this week. I think that
Me too.
Oh, Bo will be tied with Ryan for at least one more week. I didn't quite understand that. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think that, like I said, you scored the most points for a reason this past week. So I think that that'll just continue on.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I think as long as my team stays healthy, I'm probably going to be the favorite every week.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is like Travis Kelce had a really good
Well,
week last week.
technically is the favorite right now. He's got me by 4 points.
Interesting. Who do they have higher than I think is this? I mean, they have Tony Pollard at 14 and a half points against the Rams defense.
0 points projected. That's why. My linebacker.
Is he hurt?
Nope. He's just not had, like, this will be his first year as a starter on the Saints.
Got you. Okay. So the next matchup is Ryan versus Adrian. Ryan versus Adrian. I think that Adrian will win because Ryan's not. I mean, you said it here. Ryan will not win, so pretty easy. And I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. There's not much to talk about, so we can move on.
Right.
All right. Next one is Greg versus Dan. I'm gonna give this sliding on to you, Greg. I was looking at this one because, like we talked about, Dan's team is actually sneaky good, but I prefer more of your players. So I'll go Greg on this one.
I'm going to pick Dan on this one. I'm going to try not picking myself and see what happens.
That's your strategy, huh?
Yep, that's going to be my strategy. If I don't pick myself, maybe Tua will actually be a player.
You're not superstitious. You're just a little stitious.
Yeah, just a little. I figure it's just, it's not that I believe that me not washing my jersey is doing anything. I just think that it's something that, if enough people do it collectively as a support of the team, then maybe the team will hear about it and be inspired to play better.
Right, exactly.
So
just little things like that.
Right. So yeah, I'm picking Dan. Right now he is projected to beat me by like 14 points. So
but
we'll see how
George Kittle in your lineup.
No, I took him out.
Okay.
But to your point, like I have a defensive player or two defensive players that they have at 0 points. So
yeah.
I think this game will be close, but my team might change here soon. We'll see.
Oh. Next matchup is Brian versus Rob. I'm giving the nod to Brian. I think Brian's going to come out swinging again.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Brian here. I think that, like we always talk about with Brian's team, it's one injury and it feels like his team could like fucking fall apart pretty quickly. But I still think it's early enough in the season, and I think his players that are on the upward trend are just going to continue to do so. I fucking hate Trevor Lawrence, and I think that is enough of a reason for me to not pick Rob.
Fair enough. All right, next one is Anthony versus Matt. I think that this is going to be another relatively close one, but I think Anthony's going to take it.
I'm just kind of looking at the teams now. Yeah, I think I have Anthony taking it, but just because most of these are pretty close, I think that Matt has the win clearly in quarterback.
Yep.
But I think Anthony wins everywhere else, personally. So
not at wide receiver.
I mean, Lad McConkey, Devonta Smith. Right now we have Matt. I mean, I don't know if he's going to swap him out, but right now he has Cade Otton in one of his flex spots.
I didn't say flex. I said wide receivers.
No, I know, but I just think that I don't know. I think that I agree. You said Anthony's going to win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Anthony will win. I just think that he has to go with something you said earlier. I think that in the one-on-ones, he wins more of those matchups down the board, personally.
Yeah. All right. Last one is Coulter versus Corey. I do think that Coulter takes this one. I think his luck turns around. I'm a little worried that Drake London doesn't play this week. And if that happens, I don't really see anybody on Corey's team that I'm really worried about this week, besides maybe Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, I mean, I agree in that Corey's team worries me right now with a couple of the injuries he suffered. And then just like, again, like,
he's running on Najee Harris.
Right. But I was going to say, AJ Brown, like getting up one single fucking target, that's a big hit to him in terms of what he expects from production,
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I mean, I just think that Coulter, I would count on Coulter's team scoring like if I had to place money on it, I would expect them to all hit way closer to their projections than Corey's team. And I think that Coulter probably ends up winning this game with about what they're projected to finish with, like 170, 175.
Yeah, I agree. I think the projections look far more accurate for Coulter's team than it does Corey's. All right, that was the matchups for the week. We'll see how we did here. Obviously, we're all rooting against you, Bo, so get used to that. We'll spend a couple minutes here just going over the state of the league. Standings in reverse order. Ryan, Adrian, Greg, Bo. Wait, I have Adrian twice. Why did it do that? Hold on a second. Weird. Okay. My apologies to you, Adrian. It's Ryan and then Corey at 11, and then Greg, Bo, Adrian, Coulter. And then we've got Dan, Anthony, Rob, Matt, Brian, and Mark. Those are the standings. That's all based off of points, I believe.
It's 1 week.
It's 1 week. All right, power rankings. I'm not going to call out too much on here, but I'm at the top. So what that represents from Fantasy Pros is they give the best team a score of 100. And then everybody else is kind of like a percentage of that team's valuation. So it's myself, Bo, and Coulter taking the top 3. Then Matt and Corey are all tied. And then I just wanted to call out that Ryan's score is 13. Brian's score, who's number 11, is 51. So, Ryan, Fantasy Pros thinks that your team is 13% as good as mine, which, if I'm being honest, seems a little high.
Well, as good as yours, Bo's, and Coulter's, right?
No, just mine. It's 13 based off of me being 100.
Oh, I thought you said you, Bo, and Coulter were tied.
No.
My apologies.
No, Anthony, Matt, and Corey are tied.
Okay. Yeah, 13% feels... It's those defensive players.
It's the defensive players. That's it. That's all he's got. You know how many times I've looked at his team trying to do a trade, and I'm like, you just don't.
He doesn't have enough.
You just don't have anything, man. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a barren wasteland over there. Better hope 2026 is a fucking banger of a draft.
I was gonna say it's all picks for next year. So
yeah. All right, here, folks. Well, we are chiming in here at about an hour and a half, which is pretty good for us. And that's all we've got for you this week. I do want to start getting into the get to know your league mates again. Greg and I still owe you one. Our summer got away from us, and we were far too busy to be doing that stuff. But we'll get started on those again. We'll get Dan in on an episode, and a few other people have to join them as well. I know Corey said that he wanted to come on, and we've got to find a way to get Adrian on here as well. So we'll figure out getting everybody on here, and then we'll figure out what else to do to get everybody involvement. But anyways, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye.